Hey, what's up everyone? Reaction here, and welcome to my next video. Today I've got a team deathmatch using the Commando here, but I'm going to be using the dual mags as I love to on assault rifles. It's pretty much the only attachment I use on assault rifles, and pretty much use rapid fire on all the submachine guns. So attachment wise, I usually don't have that much variety when I play. But anyhow, I got a story for you guys. I said a little while ago, I think it was 2 videos ago, that but right before I recorded that video, I'd slid off the road because it was snowing. But so my grandfather works for the state, and he has a state truck. So he came and pulled me out, and my mom came in a different truck, and I was driving home, and my dad was in front of me. So whenever I was behind my dad, I don't know, by a quarter of a mile maybe, and all of a sudden I saw him stop, and by the time I get up to him, I looked over and there was this guy in a ditch, and it turns out it was my neighbor. But this guy is just a drunk, I don't know, he's just drunk and high all the time. He's got like a long goatee and all these tattoos. He runs like a tattoo shop in his house, so it's pretty sketchy. But basically, he and 2 of his friends were drunk. Like, you could smell the alcohol on them. It was bad. And he had this like 4-year-old son with him, and their truck was like practically on its side in a ditch, like at the start of this cow field. Like, a little creek runs down along the roads. It was like basically almost by creek I mean like it was a stream that was like extremely small. I don't mean like it wasn't something you could drown in. It was like it's likely that there wasn't even any water in there. That's how little it is. But anyhow, they were laying in there. Okay, so the guy gets out and he starts walking up to us because I stopped too. Once I saw my dad stop, then we both stopped. Since I was in the truck and it was kind of like a chain with us. It wasn't really a chain. It was like this rope that was basically a chain. It was like a hardcore rope, but we're stopped, and he walks up to us, and he's staggering around. He's like, "Hey there, Wendy." That's my mom's name, and he like falls down the hill as she's like talking, as he's staggering around, and we finally realized that he's got a 4-year-old with us, and he's just standing out there shivering. You know, he's scared because he's 4, and he's in a kind of like a wreck, and it's cold, so we put him in the truck with us, and me and my mom, or my mom and I should say, we drove away in the one car that my dad was in, and my dad stayed in the truck because he was going to help pull him out real quick. Well, the guy was in the ditch too far. The pulling him out wasn't really working because the roads were so slick anyway that like you couldn't get enough traction to really pull him out. So the guys said pretty much screw it, and they said, you gotta understand how these guys talk. I live kind of a pretty rural area, and these guys had the accents going and everything. It was it was pretty intense. They were like, "Come on, Lance, get that truck and 4-wheel drive and just tear it through the field." So, as his friend suggested, he just guns it through this guy's fence. The guy that owns this farm is like 85 years old. Not even kidding. I don't even he's always in his tractor too. I don't even understand how he does it. But let me interrupt my story real quick. You're about to see something funny. I had never used a flamethrower at this point, and there's a guy laying right there. I don't know if you noticed him, but I thought he was dead. I don't know what these guys were. I don't know if they were drunk too. Maybe these were the people that I'm talking about in the story. It was probably them, but I was having a lot of fun right here, just playing with them. It's funny just to watch. So you see me finally kill that guy that was laying there. Anyhow, so Lance, as my neighbor's name is, and his drunk friends end up tearing through this field, and they finally get out. They break through the fence to get into the field. Then they have to break back through the fence to get out. So these drunk guys rip 2 holes in a fence and are just like doing donuts through the lawn, or through this old guy's farm, basically the cow field. It's like a cow pasture, and the whole reason that they had been out was just to drive in the snow. So they didn't even have a purpose, and they had a 4-year-old kid with them. So I don't even know. So my dad takes the kid back to their house because the guy said they just like ran away from my dad. They didn't see anything. They just left him with the kid. So my dad didn't really know what to do. So he just like went to the house. He's with the kid, and they ended up not even coming. So my dad sat there for like 3 hours with them. And actually, even more interesting, his 6-year-old son was at the home himself. So he's got a 4 and a 6-year-old, and the 6-year-old was just like sitting there. I don't know, whatever a 6-year-old does in the house by himself, like burn it down, whatever. But so this guy gets the Parent of the Year award, and I don't know, it was just horrible. The guy ended up. Oh yeah, I didn't get the best to it actually. The best of the story. The guy ended up driving down to a woman. She actually is the woman that cuts my hair, and flipped the truck onto her property. So they ended the night by flipping the truck again 3 times. My dad finally ended up getting the grandparents to take the kids for the night, and he finally got back, and that was the end of that night. So it's pretty funny. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the gameplay and the commentary. Please check out my channel, maybe subscribe. Thanks, and have a great day.